happening? It's your boy Skrilla, man. Shout out to I Said It, the celebrity interview. You did what I'm talking about, man. Sponsored by
What up? It's Dead Well, music exec, music manager, entrepreneur. Yo, shout out to the celebrity interviewer. I Said It, the show.
Hey, what's good, everybody? I am Chicago's own national award-winning spoken word artist, Just Mike the Poet. I'm here to give a shout out to celebrity interviewer I Said It, the Poet.
What's happening? It's your boy Cam Jones, man. Shout out to the celebrity interviewer I Said It show.
Yo, it's the originator Jazzo, y'all. Make this real quick, man. Shout out to I Said It Management. Doing it big.
I talk to you, man. Like, over the years, I see you everywhere, at every major event, covering every major thing, always supporting every artist that you encounter. So, definitely don't want this time to pass without saying thank you for always being a support to any and everybody that's coming in and out of Chicago. We definitely appreciate you.
Tune in. I'll be with the celebrity interviewer I Said It, the Poet, for the I Said It show.
Hey, how you doing, everybody? This is Dean Most Photography giving a big shout out to my main man, celebrity interviewer I Said It, the Poet.
What up, it's your boy Dave Tolliver from the legendary Minute Large, and right now you're checking out the celebrity interviewer I Said It, the show, baby. Yeah, it's all being brought to you by
My name is Celebrity Interviewer I Said It, and I approve this message. Subscribe today.
Peace and blessings. Hey, I definitely want to welcome you all back for another great episode of the Square Table, where you come get back on your square, only at the Square Table, hosted by, of course, myself. I Said It, celebrity interview. I Said It, And of course, my beautiful co-host, and that would be the legendary one and only Mimie Acosta, representing the ATL. What's up? How you doing, Mimie?
I am good. How are you? I'm super excited.
Man, I'm always excited, to be hosting the show with yourself and to be able to be here with some of our friends, celebrity friends, some of our special featured guests today. And what we're gonna do is, of course, is go around table and just have everyone just introduce themselves, starting with CC, and just please tell us, how you doing today, and a little bit about your company, and how people can support, please. But you're muted. Unmute yourself first.
All right, good evening, everybody. My name is Cece.
Hey.
First, I want to say thank you for inviting us here, and I just want to say hello to all the other people on the panel. I am the owner and CEO of Ear Hustle 411. We're a media and marketing company here in Chicago. We've covered tons of events. We've covered the Black Fashion Week here. We've covered the Stellar Awards. We've covered all the chosen few events that they have. We've dealt with almost every local and also celebrities across, the nation. And we also covered the Cincinnati Music Festival. We currently have a little over 30 million viewers and a little under 100,000 likes and followers on our Facebook page. That's just one of the businesses. I also own a Perfect 10 Notary, which I deal with all the title companies and the mortgage companies when people are closing on their homes. I'm the one that goes to get their packages and make sure all their documents are signed, sealed, delivered, so on and so forth. But enough of me. We'll move forward to the next person. And again, thank you for having me.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much for being here. And we just very privileged to have you on the show. And thank you for everything that you do, with the community and especially in this industry as well. Thank you.
Oh, one more thing, which is going to be, first of all, ideal for tonight's topic. I'm also the director of operations for the Glitter Club, which is Girls Loving and Respecting Everyone, a not-for-profit organization for at-risk teenage girls. So, and we're actually getting ready to start back up. So if you guys have any female young girls between the ages of 8 and 18, send them my way.
Okay, absolutely. I appreciate that. Now we're gonna move on to Anissa. How you doing, Peace Queen? Welcome to the show. And if you can tell them a little bit about what you do and how they can support you.
Unmute yourself, love.
And I knew that. That's so funny because I should have learned that. But, yeah, thank you so much for having me. You always are like a gem. You keep me motivated even when I'm not motivated. So I just want to say thank you for having me here.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So my name is Anissa Davis. I'm local here in Kansas City, Missouri. I'm an author as well as the owner of a fragrance oil company called Anisestar Luxury Oils and Fragrances. The actual oils were basically branches to a mission that I had started many years ago, dealing with the murder of my father. And so we'll get into that as the show goes on. But my name is Anissa Davis. I have done several events around the United States, looking to do more events, showcase events for the oils, which, we'll talk about it because I don't want to jump the gun. But, my book is called Memoirs of a Broken Side. So if you've ever seen this book, I'm the author of this book. Very powerful book, especially for the topic that we are going to indulge in tonight. So I'm excited.
Thank you so much for being here. I'm excited. I can't wait to hear your story.
Thank you.
You are muted, my brother.
My bad. That's definitely my bad. Yeah, but thank you for being here, Anissa. Just grateful, that you was able to make it. And of course, I'm proud of everything that you're doing and the way that you pushing that book all the time in your story.
Thank you.
But and just to let everyone reminded that Male Love, right now he's driving, so he'll be coming in and coming out throughout the show. So right now he's probably lost reception. So when he comes back, we'll make sure that he has the opportunity to also introduce himself. But right now I'm going to go ahead and pass the mic to Mimie so she can just remind you all of who she is and how you can support her platform, please.
Well, my name is Mimie Acosta. I am owner of M.I.A. Entertainment Group. It is actually a TV, film, and music production company. So I location scout. I do a little of everything. I'm all in behind the scenes as assistant director. I'm set decorator. You need it, you name it, you got it. Basically, that's what I do in a nutshell. I am currently a writer in two magazines. Of course, the Global Network magazine, which is Aesthetics Management's magazine. I'm very excited to be a part of that journey right there. And also a writer in Groove magazine. I am also on several podcast platforms, including, of course, yours truly. Okay, the Square Table, where we're gonna square up in a few, and
That's
also
right.
also CB and the Boys. So I am doing a lot of dibbing and dabbing in the industry. I'm currently working on a movie that is in post production. It's called Sessions. It's actually a hip hop horror story. So I do have the role of Claire in the film, and also I'm set decorator on that project. So you can find me at MIA Entertainment Group on IG, and the rest is history. You can just Google my name, Mimie Acosta, and my world will come up, and you can reach out however you can, and I'm here for you. If you need me, you got me.
Absolutely. Appreciate you, Mimi. And yeah, you was actually in one of my favorite Tyler Perry movies was what was that? Medea Goes to Jail, right?
Yes, I was. That's kind of like that's where I put my little stomp in. I put my little you know. But yeah, I was actually a very interesting type extra on that set, but we're not going to talk about that. That's I say it's been many years ago, but that film is in rotation for whatever reason. Every time you turn on BET or one of these networks I hear, there goes Tyler Perry throwing on that Medea Goes to Jail. So that must be one of the most impactful movies that he's had because it stays on rotation. And then I start getting text messages, Mimi, I just saw you on TV. I'm like, okay, yeah.
Well, no doubt. But my whole saying always is old news is still news. And you
Yes.
know what I mean? And we still gonna talk about all the news today. So like when we talk about today's topic, which is actually about mass shootings, you know, I'm going to talk about not only shootings that have occurred recently, but you know, any shootings that has ever occurred. We're open to talk about all of that because, like I say, old news is still news. And if I could just start by just saying that when it comes to mass shootings, you know, what I mean, I just think about first it makes me sad. You know, I just got to be honest. You know, it just breaks my heart that that anybody lose their life where it's just like senseless murder, senseless homicide, where it's somebody that may be behind the gun that's depressed, they may have be going through some type of mental health issues, or they just might be just an evil ass person. I don't know what the case is, but it's a lot of different cases to where hate is based on hate crimes. And, that's something that comes to mind when I think about the topic mass shootings. Obviously, this has been something that's been going on, for a long time. And then, unfortunately, every time it seems like we have a mass shooting that happens, someone wants to be a copycat, and then they do it in another city, another town, another state, to try to make a name for themselves. But then, they're obviously very regrettable, feeling regrettable, after they do it when they realize the chaos that they really cause. Because sometimes we do things in the moment and we don't always think about the consequences. And you would think that that's common sense if you're going out killing somebody that the consequences that comes with that. But just like we have shootings all over the country, whether it's mass shootings or any shootings in general, you know what I mean? People feel remorse later on at some point. So with that being said, that's just my 2 cents when it comes to mass shootings. And of course, we're going to go round table and everyone get a chance to speak about what that means to them when you hear those words, mass shootings. But next, I'll go to Mimi, my co-host. And Mimi, how does that make you feel? I mean, what it comes to mind when you hear this topic today, mass shootings? What do you think about?
I think about senseless crime. I mean, the pure, very simple definition of it is multiple victims of firearm related violence. And, some of it is really, really personal, but for the most part, you just have some people that just have no control of themselves and they just lose it. And this is the result. So I'm going to keep it short and sweet until we're up for conversation, but I'll pass the buck.
Okay, I appreciate that. Appreciate that. And next, I'm going to go to Anissa and just ask you, Queen, what does it mean to you when you hear those words? You muted right now, but yeah, what does it mean to you? You know, when you hear those words and things of that nature, you know, how does that make you feel?
Well, just shootings alone, murder is red. You know, I'm actually a victim's daughter, so when I hear things like that, it always touches me in ways because I look at the bigger picture. You know, the incident is happening right now, but there's a long term effect that tends to happen. So with all with all the parties involved, the person that commits the shooting, the people's family that are being killed or whatnot. So it's really big. I mean, I think of curses, I think of family brokenness. I mean, it's just a long road that carries out, and it's just not about that moment. Like it literally goes on and on and on and on. So when I think about it, I mean, it touches me a lot. You know, I'm very passionate about the topic because I lost my father at a very young age, and he was a victim of gun violence, senseless killing, and that's what my book is about. So um, I can pass the torch and then we can come back to me or however you want to do it. But it's definitely just not about at that moment. Like this is something it's gonna linger for generations to generations. So even us looking at it and knowing that it's happening creates harm of many people. So I mean it's really deep. It's very spiritual, it's very deep.
Yeah, definitely, all of that. I really appreciate that, Anissa. Next, I'm gonna go to my friend CC Peace Queen. And man, what does it mean to you when you hear this topic today? And just kind of how does it make you feel? What is it? How do you respond to this?
CC, we're on you, honey.
Oh, I thought you said male. I'm sorry. I'm terribly sorry.
No
How does
problem.
it make me feel? It makes me feel ashamed of our community, and it makes me sad. It makes my heart break because it doesn't just affect the families, it affects their friends, their neighbors, just the whole community as a whole. And I'm like really wondering what happened to the village. What
Yes.
happened to the village? So I'm going to leave it there until we go a little further into the conversation. But it's very, very hurtful and it's very disappointing.
Yes.
Yeah, no, it absolutely is. I would like to pass the mic to Mel Love, but right now it seems he's having some connection problems. But he is on live with us. He is still streaming it again. When he comes on, we're gonna ask him the same question and make sure that he introduces himself, and so you all can know what he does and how you can support his platform as well. But just to bring it back, just to kind of respond to everything that you all are saying, man, I feel exactly the same way. You know, it gives you so many different feelings. It makes you mad. It does make you ashamed, CC, you know what I mean? That's how I feel as well. And it's just like it's just a terrible case that continues to be reoccurring, unfortunately. And I'm just saddened every time we talk about topics like that when there's any type of people that's killing. Appreciate you, Blake. He says I agree. Yeah, it just it kind of leaves you kind of speechless to a degree. This is one of those topics to where you have so much to say about it, but it's like you want to kind of bite your tongue because it does make you upset. Because it's like why? It always brings up the question: why do people have to hurt other people at the end of the day? Why can't we all just, in the famous words, famous quote, get along? You know what I'm saying? It's been said many a times, but it's the truth though, right? You know what I mean? Martin Luther King, he stood on the podium and he spoke about, us and unity and many of people that followed him and before him, Gandhi. Man, it's just like it's endless. Like it's just about love. It's about peace, and that's what we really need to spread more of. And that's what we and both myself, Mimie, and everybody actually on this platform today. That's what we represent. We represent positivity, and we just represent love and peace. And I'm just again grateful to have all of you all here today. And I'll just double back to Mimie and see, what's on your mind again.
Yes, well, I was able to like do a little bit of homework and I took some notes down because the thing about it is that it's not this is just not something that's just affecting, you know, us in general as a people and you know, you got folks like us who are not in the midst of this, but at the same token, we're watching the news. It's happened to family members, you know. And Anissa, I must say my deepest condolences because it's really interesting. Like I lost my father in '96, but it never gets old. Like, of course, my dad passed to an illness, but when you think about someone being murdered, that's even like, that even hurts on a deeper level. So my condolences to you, sister, and we are here for you. But I was able to take some notes down because it's happening. Like, we're sitting here on this platform, and something is happening somewhere, around the U.S. or in other countries. So 12 hours ago, there was a mass shooting out in Baltimore, which left 6 injured and 1 dead in broad daylight. Some guys just pulled out in the car, pulled out guns, started shooting. I mean, the thing about it is that, at one point these things used to happen at night. The sun goes down, then action starts. And now these guys are just getting bold. And I think it has a lot to do with the gun laws. They just made it so easy for folks to just go get out and get guns. The thing about that is that guns were out there anyway, but now it's just been made so much easier, and now you have these little young boys with guns because when you look at the age range, you know, these young boys that are going to prison, they're like 16 years old. And what's happening now is that they're trying these kids as adults because, they're really not playing with murder anymore. Like they're just really taking it up a notch as far as the justice system is concerned. 3 days ago here in Atlanta, there was a shooting at a ball game which left 2 dead and 4 wounded. Like people are really honestly losing it out here, like they are. The woman captured a couple days ago, she turned around whatever it is that she was going on at her apartment complex or her condo complex, and she shot 2 people, from the office, I guess, and somebody else on the outside. But she just went on a shooting rampage and then just you know took a taxi to the airport and just attempted to just like walk through the airport and board a flight, like you were just really trying to catch a flight out, like it was okay. And it's interesting because even from the driver perspective and listening to him, in his interview, he was like, she was just really calm, like, no, you're okay, I didn't get in no trouble, I'm fine, you're good, just really nonchalant. Like when I say people are really popping, and it could be something like really simple, but the thing about it is that people don't really know what folks are going through behind closed doors. This is somebody who has been going to court back and forth with these people, and she just flipped. Folks are really flipping. You know, um, People losing their jobs. They're mad and they're pissed off because their check got cut short. This young guy, they didn't put enough salt or sugar or mayo or whatever in his sandwich, whatever the case was. Walk into a place, shoot the place up. I mean, people are on the edge. I don't know whether it's the heat. I don't know what it is that's going on out here, but folks are really being affected. And like you said, Anissa, it doesn't just affect, you know, the shooter. It also affects the other family. You bring a bunch of people down when you decide to make a senseless decision. Now folks got to figure out how they're going to get an attorney, how they're going to put money on your books, how they're going to take care of you because you are way too young to even be in the system. But you're out here making all these crazy decisions that are going to put you in that position. So it's actually mad. Um, of course, we keep going back to the Uvalde shooting, where 19 kids were killed and 2 adults. And that kind of been like the most impactful one to me because that's a lot of kids to be killed at once. Like just and not to say that the guy had a personal tie to the school. He was just on a mission to do some stuff and he just went on his little rampage, so people are on the edge. It's like you almost don't even want to have road rage anymore. It's put a lot of people, it put me at bay because I have my own little moments behind the wheel, but I contain myself because you don't know what this other driver is going through. And people are popping off. People have weapons in their vehicles and they're definitely using them. So, so yeah, in a nutshell, it's just a shame that this is happening in our world, but it's the world that we're living in, and we just have to be safe. We have to be very, very safe, and pray, cover ourselves, you know, and yeah, yeah, I can go on and on and on because this is
Yeah,
it's just
thank
sad.
you.
It's sad and sad, but
Yeah, thank you, Mimi, for that. You know, what I mean, it's sad. It's just a sad situation. I'll pass the mic back to Anissa and see, how you want to respond to any of that.
She's absolutely right. I mean, people are really flipping out, and through my journey, what happened to me was, basically I found healing through investigating and reopening of my father's murder. Come to find out, all these years then went by, and the true reason why he was killed was never actually exposed. Like, we didn't know. The man that was convicted, he was actually wrongfully convicted. Again, we didn't know that until, I became enlightened, or you want to, I call it the Most High, came and got me, the middle daughter, and pretty much was led on this whole other journey that interrupted my entire life, 2009. So what worked for me, and that's why I wrote about it, because it was like a blueprint that was bestowed on me, and it gave me, like, it was sort of like a GPS, go here, go there. You're not going anywhere until you go back. And at the time that my life was interrupted, I was actually doing okay. I mean, there were some things I wanted to change about myself and, my family, just being a single mom and having these different kids, fathers, things of that nature. Some things that I was doing as a person that I wanted to clear up, but I had no idea that some of my behaviors were caused by the murder of my father, and due to that entire childhood trauma. So needless to say, um, people are out here just, they're not even operating the way they should be operating. People have this childhood trauma stuff. They don't even know what is going on with them. Like I said, I didn't know what was going on with me. I mean, I had put my dad in like a mental corner. I buried him so far in my heart, never to be brought up again. To where when it actually resurfaced again, I was completely shocked. Like, what is going, like, who is talking to me? Like, what is going on? Why is this happening now? And I did go through quite a bit. I mean, it was stages to it. I was broken down. I'm like, oh my God, you mean to tell me police was involved with my father? And my dad played for the Pittsburgh Steelers. So he was a actual professional football athlete. He was murdered here in Kansas City on Christmas Eve, 1987. So, me being the middle child, I'm the one that was named after him. His name was Anais Davis Jr. My name is Anisa. I have sisters. I have brother. I have a brother in Canada. I have a brother in Virginia. I've got sisters here in the state of Missouri. But I was the only one that was named after them. I was the only one that spent most of the time with them, as being the middle daughter. But, I just feel like people don't really know who they are. And I think that's the bottom line, because when you know who you are and you are truly confident in what you bring to the table and what your purpose is and divine purpose is in life, you don't do things like that. You always stop to think, and I was always told, never take yourself, no, never put yourself in a situation that's going to take you away from the people that love you the most. So I'm not
Right.
going to go out and shoot up a whole mall, because if I do that, then I know that I'm going to be taken away from the people that love me the most, my kids, my family. So I don't understand how come those shooters can't think that way. But then again, they may not even think much of themselves. So that goes back to what I said about people not even knowing who they really are. And that's why they're able
Mm.
to that's why they're able to kill another person. Because when you really know who you are, you wouldn't be able to kill your brother. You wouldn't be able to kill your sister. I mean, it's like, you just wouldn't. And, life is a marathon. I mean, I'm not trying to go out like that. I ain't trying to go to no mall and, and get shot up because somebody just feels like it today. So you got to use discernment in all places. Nothing, no one's exempt at this point. No one's exempt. No place is exempt. And if it don't feel right, don't go. And it's not about living in fear. It's just about living wise. The wisdom is what keeps you alive. So
I heard that.
that's a lot.
Wise words, very wise words, and again, my condolences as well to your whole situation, and how you've had to deal with your father. You're just a really strong young lady, and I'm just proud of you and everything that you do. Next, I'm gonna go ahead and pass it to CC, and just double back with you and just ask you again. What do you feel? And what you thinking about right now?
One of the things I'm thinking about, which affects our community like crazy, is the fact that our young people are out here not being corrected, and the adults are afraid to correct them. There was a time where the village took care of the community, the neighborhood. If a child was out of order, we were able to correct them. Now you have mothers wanting to fight Nana and Grandma because they're out there in the streets being disrespectful, twerking, doing all kind of crazy things. And then when you try to correct them so that they don't get into this path of destruction, their parents want to fight you. Their family want to fight you. They want to shoot you. So we have to get back into correction so that we can get them to a point where they're not so disrespectful to where they don't respect human life, because it starts young. And if you correct them while they're young, then we can make some moves. Also, we have so many, the funeral home is packed, and it's packed with our people. And then what's so sad about it is we don't educate the community on life insurance. So now you got all these young, particularly black males, getting shot by mostly black males and other things. I'm not going to get into that right now, but they don't have any life insurance. So then now you're doing GoFundMe's to put these babies to rest. And it is unfortunate that we as a community are accepting that like it's just normal behavior. Now, to piggyback off of what Mimie said regarding Uvalde, and you see 19 babies killed by this crazy, deranged individual, we don't, now there, a lot of the parents are doing GoFundMe's because they weren't expecting their babies to be killed by a mass shooter that was deranged. So it just hurts my heart and it breaks my heart. Also, a friend of mine, her son, her name is Shapiro, and Shapiro Wells. She had a son. His name was Courtney Copeland, and he was murdered in 2016. And his mother, they don't understand the hurt of a mother. I don't know if Anisa or Mimie, if you guys are mothers, they don't know the pain that a mother has to deal with when her child is taken senselessly. And she did a podcast called Somebody, and I watched the first episode. By the second episode, the third episode, and the fourth episode, I was so engrossed in her documentary. And I'm sitting at my dining room table crying for her baby that I never even known, just because of her hurt. And it's just sad that we as a community are okay with this. Look at Uvalde. They are still fighting. They're making laws be changed. They are protesting. They got the head officer in charge of the direction on how the officers enter a building. They got him fired. So we have to come together and say enough, because this is insane on top of insane. So that's pretty much what I want to say. We have to go back into the correction mode and not be afraid of these kids.
Yes.
If the boys are, I told a young man, this is just off the subject a little bit. I said, pull your pants up, young man. And you know what that young man said to me? He said, I'm sorry, ma'am. And he pulled them up. They're looking for correction. They're looking for someone to show them the right way. All these kids are not bad. They just need some love and someone to correct them. So I'm going to leave off at that.
Okay, definitely appreciate all your feedback, CC. That was very deep, and just very real. You know what I'm saying? And at this time, what we're gonna do is, hopefully, Mel Love will be able to tap in with us for the second half of the show. But at this time, we're gonna take a little halftime break. Please don't go anywhere. Please, whoever's watching out there, please share this video for this is just a really great topic again, like always, and just something that we all as a community need to continue to talk about and voice our opinions about it, not be silent. Because it's like CC said, we have to correct each other. When you see someone in the wrong, don't be afraid to speak up. And that's what we represent at I-State Management. So we're gonna be right back, and we're gonna share some comments. Appreciate everyone that's commenting. Again, if you want to chat with us, you need to go to the YouTube page. That's I-State Management. And then and that's my YouTube. So make sure you subscribe. But again, we're gonna be right back, and we're gonna look at a little video, and of course, check out my sponsors. Thank you.
And these are my official sponsors. Shout out to business owner Dolores Green on Facebook, and please go visit her at hairbossbiz.com. You can contact her directly at hairbossbiz@gmail.com. Also, shout out to CEO of M.I.A. Entertainment Group, film, TV, and producer, the legendary Mimie Acosta. Shout out to business owner and podcast host Sophia Latrice. She has a spa in Plainfield, Illinois, and visit her website at lenicealex.com. Shout out to CEO and radio personality Cantone. You can visit his website at streetscienceradio.com. Shout out to author and animation commercial creator Linda Gregory. You can visit her website at lilyb.com. Shout out to business owner, the elite reader and licensed phlebotomist Cherie Patterson. Call her directly at 469-340-6489. And shout out to author with both her audiobook and hard copy novel Through the Eyes of Nitsi, Denise Donnerson. Order her book today on Amazon. The celebrity interviewer, I said it, and I approve this message.
Yo, let me give it to you right all night. No, we ain't never gonna stop. I ain't never had it like this before. No, gotta keep it together. Yeah, that's right. It's a real good, a sexual fight. Give it to you all night, right? I'ma take you some loving, sweet, delicious taste. Only you, I'm so gifted. See the blood on the waist.
Him and his guitar player were trying to get me to the after party, but I said, I'm a good girl. I ain't gonna do that. I'm sorry.
She said, I know what happens there. I'm gonna stay home.
You don't know what kind of stuff they gonna do. You know, I might have to whoop up some wind chum. They so nasty.
I'm so tired of getting up here and offering condolences to the devastated families that are out there. I'm so tired of the, excuse me, I'm sorry, I'm tired of the moments of silence. Enough. There's 50 senators right now who refuse to vote on H.R. 8, which is a background check rule that the House passed a couple of years ago. It's been sitting there for 2 years.
Welcome back. Again, welcome back to the Square Table, hosted by myself, of course, celebrity reviewer I Said It, and then my beautiful co-host Mimie Acosta. And we are here still with all our celebrity friends. We have Male Love back. So what we're gonna do is first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna go to Male Love and allow him to be able to introduce himself and to be able to just tell you about how you can support his platform. So it's on you, Male. Hey, Mel, can you hear us? You on mute though. Yeah, like we say, Mel's driving. He takes care of some business. You know what I'm saying? We appreciate that he's here today. Still, you know what I mean. But once he click in, he's gonna be able to tell us about himself a little bit and what he got coming up and how everyone can support. So he multitasking right now, but he getting it done. Welcome back to the show, Mel.
What's going on, family? Link the link. I appreciate y'all having me on the show and everything like that. Like I told you earlier, I'm on the highway right now, dropping my employees off. Just closing up the shop. So businessman that never stops. Got the Gigi's Now and Beauty Lounge out in Connecticut, Norwalk, and that's a nail salon. But besides doing that, we also have what we doing next month is going to be full body contouring for the women and everything like that. Laser hair removal. Those are the things that we got going on at Gigi's Nail and Beauty Lounge. But as far as this music, I have my brand new single out right now called Pull Up. Um, that's out everywhere right now on all platforms. It's on different radio stations right now. So I thank everybody for playing my music and everything like that. Um, but if you give me like 10 more minutes, I can pull over after I drop my employees off, and then I can give y'all a good interview, and we can chop it up from there.
Well, okay, most definitely, most definitely. You know what I mean? We still got a good about 15, 20 minutes left into the show. So, if you can make it back by then, that'd be great. But otherwise, what I'm saying, we definitely still appreciate your support and make sure you all support, Mel Love and everything he got going on.
But I appreciate
With that
everybody and
being,
my condolences to the families that passed on and everything like that. That's a tragedy. And there's a lot of people out here that got mental health issues. So know what's on somebody's mind. So only thing I encourage everybody to do is just be kind to one another. While you out here in this life that we living right now, because the devil is real as well as God is real. You got to keep on moving out here in God's speed.
Right.
yes, sir. That way. Appreciate you. You know what I mean? And is there anything else you'd like to say about tonight's topic when it comes to mass shootings?
Yeah, these mass shootings is like I said, a lot of people got mental issues out here, mental health, and it's like, it's wrong. But if families or the mothers and fathers, brothers and sisters, everybody in the household need to really come back together and start checking one another. Like before they used to say it takes a village to raise a kid. The village need to really come back and start, really villaging and governing our communities. Everybody really need to speak up and say something because yeah, the kids is outrageous nowadays. They very disrespectful to the ones that think they don't have no home training. They really have home training, but they act like they just want to do whatever they feel like doing out here. And the only reason why they doing that is because the government came in and told these parents that we not allowed to do the things that our parents showed us how to do or our grandparents showed us how to do it. I grew up in a household where excuse my French, but I got my ass whooped. You know what I mean?
Straight like that.
And that taught me to stay focused and stay in on the right path. Where I remember, if I step out of line, that butt whooping is going to come back to me. So by feeling that, I never wanted to get in trouble or do anything out of the ordinary to disrespect, especially our elders. Nowadays these kids are so outrageous that they disrespecting our elders, where they don't understand that one day they're going to be elder themselves, and they're going to need the guidance, and they're going to need people like us that's older that can teach them a valuable lesson. But the government need to pull aside and mind their business now, because by doing what they're doing right now has hurt every single household that there is out here right now, because they think they have the authority, and these kids think they have the authority and the right to say whatever they want to the parents without getting in trouble. And that's why it's messed up right now, where these kids is picking up guns and shooting people for the attitudes that they have. And only thing that us adults is trying to tell these young kids is that, we was once like you, and, you have to slow down. You have to pay attention and, walk this earth, to be pleasing to people, help one another. You don't have to run around and start shooting people just because you got an attitude or you ain't getting what you want today. That's a part of life. That's a part of growing up.
Yeah, for real, man. We really appreciate all of that, man. Those was wise words, and I hope everyone that's listening is out there taking heed and everything Mr. Love was saying. You know what I mean? With that being said, this is the portion of the show. We got about 10. If everyone can go about another 15 minutes, that'd be great. But otherwise, we got about a good 10, 15 minutes, and this is an open table. This is where now we just kind of speak to one another. If you want to ask each other questions, about how maybe CC feel, CC want to ask how Mimie feel about something, Anissa, Camille, what I'm saying, vice versa. Anyone can ask anybody or myself. So I'll go ahead and just pass the mic to Anissa and see how she's feeling and what's on your mind.
Well, like Mimi said, it's like what she said in the beginning, like it's hard to talk about it. Like you talk about it, it like creates this energy, this feeling that it's hard to shake sometimes, and for me, because I know firsthand what it's like to lose a parent, a protective parent at that, to gun violence, it's really, really hard, and so I definitely agree about the children being out of line. I have this saying to where I say to people all the time, everybody's talking about their 100, but whenever there's an elder in the room, conversations are just still going. And when I was a kid, I was raised that when an elder is talking in the room, everybody was to be quiet. So it's just like things like that I'm like, okay, where did we go wrong? And I definitely feel like the mental illness is a part of it. Mental illness been around a long time. So we can't say that it's just mental illness. I think that it does have more to do with the correction part. Everything that is bad is considered good. Everything that is good is now considered bad. And I think the realness, people need to come back to reality and what's real, what works, what has worked. That's the only way that we're going to come out of any type of darkness. Is that you look at past history events and then you go off of that. The problem, what I'm seeing is that nobody's really listening. Nobody's really even taking the time out to even look back to see what was, and my uncle always says, my uncle Andre, my dad's only brother, he tells me all the time, he says, what was still is. What was still is. So if we could have that mindset and remember that what was still is. So that means you go back to what was, and it's going to lead you to what should be. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, I mean, it's just so many different angles to deal with. I mean, like even with my business, the oils, Anisestar oils, which you can find on my website, Anisestar oils, AnisestarFragranceOils.com, or you can look me up on Facebook. I'm there always promoting. A lot of people don't understand that my fragrance oils, it was a bigger purpose than just you getting some fire, long lasting fragrance oils. It actually stemmed from my spiritual journey, and it was always told to me that the anointings through oils, would rub off, on each other. So with that being said, that's where I became inspired to even do that. So I actually set up my, my showcase, different parts of Kansas City, not just to sell the oils, but it's to give the whole experience, to bring people back to where we came from, bringing back the oils, bringing back the anointings. Just to give you an example, what things look like. I have this here, and I get a lot. It's just a part of my display. I actually sell the exclusive lamps as well, oil lamps, but they're bringing light to dark situations. And that's what I was inspired to do. So I feel like if everybody just does their part, I mean, and I think the correction with the children, I mean, I think we could turn this thing around, but it's really, really bad. Like, it's so bad to where all I see when I go out, I see red. I see this slow death is now occurring. It's a slow death. It's not fast. It's a slow one. And that's what I'm seeing. And if people don't get themselves in check, their households is in check, then we're not going to be here too much longer. And so my whole mission, and even in the back of my book, I talk about migrating up out of here completely.
All right.
Someplace
Yeah, all right.
else.
Right, excuse me, Anissa.
All right.
Let me at that point, because we don't have much time left.
I know.
Let me go
Yeah.
ahead and pass it to
I'm
Cece and
sorry.
see how she's feeling as well. Cece,
Okay.
what's on your mind as well? And again, everyone's gonna have time to be able to promote themselves and everything that they do again at the end of the show.
Okay.
Well, one of the things I believe that we should be concentrating on is healing, not just individually, but as a nation. Every other race has a nation except for us. We're just out here, just following along, going along to get along. And one of the things I'm really want to press here is our ancestors are rolling in their graves. They sacrificed so much to get our people just basic human rights. Just we weren't able at one point to be able to read or write or go to school, and we have the opportunity. The world is our oyster, but yet we fight amongst each other. We hate on each other. We don't respect each other. We don't promote each other. Everything is about me, my, I. And then the hate that is amongst our community is ridiculous. It's a shame. And I think that, like I said, basically we need to start healing. We got to start somewhere because this has gone on too long. And every day you see someone's child being killed in the streets. It's gotten to the point where we're numb to it. It doesn't even affect most of us. I heard somebody say the other day, "Oh, someone else got killed," and the other person like, oh well, like who does that? That is a human life, and each one of us are valuable. We are valuable beyond measures. We are worth our weight in gold, but yet we have no respect for each other. We don't care about each other. We don't support or anything. It's always some type of hate. And just to end with this, every other race supports. They won't say, well, I won't do this because you're doing it, or I don't want you starting a business because I'm doing it. An Asian nail shop has a nail shop on every corner, and the Black community has a church on every corner, but yet there's no worship, no love, no God in none of that. Because at one point, the church was supposed to be the healing center for the community. And now you got a pastor talking about he mad at his congregation because they didn't buy him a Movado watch. Like, where do they do this at? In our community, and it has to stop. That's it.
Absolutely.
I'm about to get mad, so let me shut up.
No, I appreciate
You're right
that.
about
Appreciate
that,
that,
sister.
CC.
Thank you.
Go for it, Mel. Before we run out some time, but go for it. What else would you like to add to all of that?
It's up to us to change the mindset of the people. You know what I mean? So if you see something, you really have to say something and control these kids out here. If a kid is acting up, or you got to step in. You got to say something, even though sometimes you might feel a little scared about it and everything like that. But as an OG out here, I say something, and everybody have to step up to the plate and say something to these kids, or say something to the parents, because the parents is the one that's controlling the kids anyway. And if they don't say nothing to the parents, then the kids is just going to run wild out here. You understand what I'm saying? The parents got to snatch their kids back up and be like, look, you can't be disrespecting your elders. You can't be disrespecting people out here, because you will get disrespected at the end of the day. That's why these kids is just so fast to pick up a gun and start blasting off. But, it got to be everybody coming together saying something. If one person sees somebody saying something out there and they know that their kid is doing wrong, everybody got to step up to the plate and say something together, But other than that, just try to do the best you can do out here and just change the mindset of the people. And it's with this music too, like me, I'm a musician. I'm out here on the front line for the Lord first, and I'm really speaking to the people. It's not all about music. Like I said, you see me, I have a Black-owned business, nail salon, and everything like that, and I get it. The Chinese people come to myself and Gigi and tell us too, hey, this is ours. No, it's not yours. It's ours. We made this. We the ones that put this here, and we work hard to get what we got to get, and we still moving forward. So, we still standing. It's been a year. We're gonna do another another grand opening for the one year nail salon. somewhere probably like in
Congratulations.
October, but I'll let y'all know when y'all see the flyers go up. But other than that, I got some great artists out there like Josh B, 500K, Rudy Ray Raw, that I've been working hard with. Black Rob's alumni project, I just hung up Black Rob's street sign on 115th Street and First Avenue. So if any of y'all is around or y'all coming from out of town, stop by 115th Street and First Avenue and take some pictures, and let's keep Black Rob's legacy alive, because he's another black man that been working hard in this industry, and it's wrongful doing that's going on out here. He hasn't been getting no coverage like he's supposed to be getting coverage for being a multi-platinum artist out here. So these are the things I'm out here representing. We just did a COVID walk with
Right.
Rose
Excuse me,
Davis.
Mel. I'm sorry. Let me interrupt you real quick before we run out of time, and let me keep to the subject and pass the mic to Mimi. And if you could just go ahead and finish it off real quick, Mimi. Appreciate your feedback on Mel. But
No
Mimi, if you
doubt,
can go
family.
ahead and tell us a little bit more about sum this up before we end the show when it comes to the topic mass shootings.
Well, this is the thing, right? And Mel, I'm listening to everything you're saying. Anissa, CC, like you guys are amazing. Like, you guys just don't know. Like this platform is definitely needed for all this. Like this is what we need. This is what we need to push forward is the togetherness and the love and showing others that we can all come together and make all this happen. The thing about it
Right.
is that people are just so closed off. And what's happening with these kids is it's a lot of stuff that's happening to kids, and it's really starting from the home. you know you have broken homes, you have single moms that are out here working. The kids are staying by themselves most times. You have incest going on, you've got rape amongst family members. There's so much other craziness is happening with these kids from a young age, and then they
Right.
get out here, they're not being counseled. The parents thinks that they're masking the kids, by covering them a little bit much, thinking that they're holding on, and before you know it, the streets get a hold of them. Things start to happen out there. Before you know it, they get guns. You want to know where these guns coming from. We are
Right.
absolutely losing our young girls. Like I don't know what the hell done happened in the water, but we just really need to snatch these young girls back because the world is snatching these young girls. Young boys too, yes, but mostly girls. These 13 to 15 to 16-year-olds, they're just getting out here on social media and losing themselves. And that's what's happening, that there is so much, and it's not just mental illness, it's a lot of stuff that's happening from the home. Then they get out here on the
Right.
streets. Either they're being bullied in schools. Now they want to come to school and shoot up the schools because there's a bunch of stuff that's happening that's not being taken care of. And sometimes people are seeing it, but parents are so focused on, well, I got to work because I got to pay these bills. I ain't got time for that. Go talk to such and such. Or, they're leaving it up to the school teachers and counselors to take care of your kids when the problem really starting from home.
Yeah.
So it's an ongoing ball, that it's not just happening now. These are things that's been happening for decades and decades. It's just that now that we have cell phones and the government have done stepped in and talk about, let's not pray in schools anymore and let's not hit our kids anymore. At the end of the day, you've got two different things happening. You've got child abuse, and then you've got a child being disciplined for something that they're wrongfully doing. So you got to know the difference between child abuse and the other. So what's really happening. If the police show up to the house, you got to understand that, look, at the end of the day, this child is being disciplined. You can tell if a child is being abused or not. But no, now you can't even touch a child. Now the parents are going to jail. Now the kids are home by themselves, or they're going to end up in the system, which means now they're in foster care. Somebody might end up molesting them, and the cycle just goes on and on and on. So what do? I think, and this is just like my take, there are communities. That's what this is all about. There are communities everywhere. You're talking about if every state just holds on to their community and get back to the village raising the child. You know what I'm saying? All the communities get together and form their own little, villages and start grabbing these kids back and starting from scratch. I think we need to bring things back to move forward. But it's not going to happen if somebody don't start it. Like this thing has to be started somewhere, somehow. And if this has to be the start of it right here, and we can all get our own little villages going and start sharing that via social media, then maybe other people are going to get involved and say, hey, look, that's a great idea. Let's do a community center, or let's get some people together, because in every community, there's people that have got money. There's people that have money in these communities, and you could start something. You could start from nothing and make it into something huge, but just by togetherness, because you never know what resources other people have if you don't touch base and figure out where everybody's at. So
That's
there.
right. That's right.
I'm gonna just leave it right there.
Right.
And one love to every single one of you, and thank you guys for coming on the platform, and making this happen.
Blessings.
Definitely appreciate it. Great job, Mimi. Way to close it out. You know what I mean? Again, I definitely want to say thank you, and I want to give an update to something that in reference to the mass shooting that's happened in Baltimore. Mimi, thank you for that update. But it was actually one killed, unfortunately. Condolences to their family and all their loved ones, and then it was 6 people that was injured as an update. But yeah, real quick though, and then just to touch on something that Mimi said in reference to the young girls being snatched. You know what I mean? Also physically, because there's a lot of girl trafficking, children trafficking out here as well, and a lot of females being kidnapped. So let's continue as men and as a community, continue to look out for our fellow women and everything like that, because it's very important. Because people is really coming up missing, whatever your gender is. People just like coming up missing. You know what I mean? So that's very important. And again, I just want to say again, thank you for everyone being here. We touched on the topic of today, mass shootings. Everyone just gave a very intelligent and just mature response to that. I know it was difficult, hard to dig within yourself to be able to even speak about this, because this is like something you wake up and like, I want to talk about mass shootings today. But I'm just I think hard and long about these subjects that I want to do every month. And then both Mimi and myself, we just come and just attack the problem and attack the issue with the help of all of our celebrity friends that joins us. I want to thank everyone that left comments today. But what I do to end this show, every show, is I kind of like go around the table and I just want to tell you what I think about you, and just give you a chance. I give myself a chance to just say thank you. So first, I'm gonna just bring Anissa on the screen, and I just want to tell you about how I'm so proud of you, and how the perseverance and just your relentlessness to push and try to find and solve, what I mean, and get to the bottom of who murdered your dad and other people that was murdered. And, you're just so passionate, and, what I mean, you wrote a book about it because you was inspired. And, and I know it had to be really hard, to be able to feel maybe pressure on your shoulders because you was named after your dad. So you felt kind of like obligated maybe. But, you stepped up to the plate and you've been doing an excellent job. I was going to tell you, I'm proud of you. And then you went out there and you started you a fragrance and oils, what I'm saying, with the noted oils and things of that nature. And you've been killing it, going state to state as a vendor. And I hope you can come to some of my events that I'll be doing by the end of the year. But I'll tell you more about that offline. But yeah, I just want to say I'm proud of you. God bless you. You know what I'm saying? I pray God continue to watch over you and your safety as you travel, as you just, selling your products and pushing your mission, and the story of your dad. May he rest in peace.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. And at this time, I wanted you to remind the people how they can support you and how can they buy your oils and order your book real quick.
The book is on Amazon. The name of the book is called Memoirs of a Broken Side. It's Memoirs of a Broken Side. You can find me on Facebook, Instagram, under Anissa Davis. The oils are Anisestar, which is ANISESTAR, luxuryfragranceoils.com is how you can purchase the oils. You can also read about the mission. It'll tell more about me. It just gives you an overall view of what I'm doing here. So, or what the Most High has created in me to do. So I thank you all for listening to my story. Everybody, I love being here. Like, it enlightened me on a lot of different levels. So I just want to thank you. I want to thank you so much for giving me this opportunity that you have in the past. And thank you for keeping me motivated. You truly are an angel. Thank you.
Absolutely. The feelings is mutual, and I think you're an angel too, and very angelic. You know what I'm saying? There's much love. We got to continue to support each other with our platforms. I appreciate you for being here.
A lot of love, Anissa. And if I may just say that, just to back
Thank
you
you,
right just for
Mimi.
a split second, I am an oil chick, my damn self. So look,
Okay.
I love my oils. So
That's right.
FYI, I'm gonna definitely support you. Okay.
Okay. I
So
support you as well. Thank
yes,
you,
ma'am.
Mimi.
Congratulations on everything you do.
Thank you. Thank you
You're
all.
welcome.
Yeah. Thank you, Mimi. At this time, I want to just tell Cece, I want to say thank you for all your support over the years. You know, since the time that I've had the pleasure of meeting both you and your talented son, who's a recording artist and everything like that, and very successful. You know what I mean? We even had took some pictures. You know, I was there, me and Bridget at that time that day when y'all did that photo shoot with old boy. But you know what I'm saying? Man, you just really great and powerful entity out here, you know what I'm saying, when it comes to both business and entertainment. You are an inspiration to many. Along with myself, you someone that I can talk to and call, you know what I mean, when I need advice, and you always give me the best professional advice, and always, you know what I'm saying, make sure I'm keeping it straight and doing business right, you know what I mean. If I tell you something, you like, well, make sure you did this, make sure you cross your T's, make sure you got your I's, and that's the type of person that you are. You so professional and just on it. And I just want to tell you that I'm proud of you and everything you've been doing with the entertainment and how you've grown your platform independently and just made it, up to, man, the last time I checked, it was like in the millions. Now it's like in 30 million. That's insane. And you did that all yourself by your determination and just your willingness, you know what I mean, and your spirit all combined. So I just want to tell you, I love you, you know what I mean, and you're just an incredible force out here as well. And man, I just want to continue to wish safety over you and your son. And just, again, everything that you're doing, I appreciate you, love you, and I'm just much blessings to you. And please, at this time, remind people how they can support your business and, you know what I mean, how they can, be a part of what you're doing, I suppose, real quick.
Well, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. But just a little correction: I did not do it by myself. It took a team of some talented and beautiful women. Leslie Taylor, my previous partner Joanne Miller, Jamisha Trice. Um, Even though we're Rashonda Jacobs, we have been a team of women that put this together. And I'm going to also throw out there Joanne Miller. We're not working together any longer, but she was a very instrumental part of me starting Ear Hustle 411. So I did not do it by myself. You can reach me at www.earhustle411.com. That is our media and marketing company. We're actually in the process of rebuilding it. So, we do have advertising for various artists or poets or authors or whatever your desire is. We do allow you to be interviewed and get a complete story written up about yourself and your business on our platform. But again, I want to thank each and every one of you, and I want to thank you for, Mimie and I said that Mike for inviting me here, and I really appreciate it. I just wanted to end the evening by saying, Black men, stand up. You are the head of this whole thing, okay? Once you take your proper place, the tribe will get in order. But you have to lead, and you have to lead now. We can't wait any longer. We are falling apart, and we are at the lowest point on the totem pole. When we used to be the head, now we're at the tail. We need to get that back. So, with that being said, stop the violence, stop the shooting, stop the killing, peace, love, and everything good. Thank you.
Absolutely. You're welcome. Thank you. Appreciate that. Much love, much respect. Big bro, male love, the one and only. Let it be known, bro. You know what I'm saying? I really appreciate that you was here today. And man, just a little bit about yourself and how I feel about you, brother. You know what I'm saying? From the time that I had the pleasure to meet you when you came out to Chicago, we did an excellent interview. You know what I'm saying? We walked the streets of downtown Chicago, and that's when I learned about, the force that you are in this industry and how long you actually been around and how at a tender age you started your own TV show, you know what I'm saying? And you kept it going and you just documented things that other people are now doing today. And now shows have become popular for doing the things that you are an intricate part and a pioneer of doing when it comes to just documenting backstage and shows and everything of that nature. You know what I mean? I learned that, your relationship with both Tupac and the late great Biggie as well. And you are always something that somebody can never take away from you. You name Biggie Small Notorious B.I.G. And so you're responsible for that. And that's incredible. That's something that, like, man, people would trade their lives for something like that, to have that honor because of who he is and what he represented. But again, you put out great music over the years. You still making music to this day. You've been very consistent. You know what I'm talking about? And you have a positive tone to your music as well. And it's just inspirational as well, man. And now, with your new song, Pull Up, you on the chart, high on the chart. You know what I'm saying? If you could correct me real quick, what number you on the charts real quick? And what charts is that?
That's the Hood Idol charts right now on DRT, which is one of the main radio stations out here, and in the West Coast and the Midwest right now. So I appreciate them for having me, go number one. I'm just out here just doing my work. That's all I'm doing, and I appreciate everybody, for allowing me to work with them and do the great work that we doing together. But thank you, brother, for me coming out there by myself to Chicago, which Chicago, they tell me is a dangerous state, but I didn't feel that danger when I went down there and we walked around the hood and everything like that, doing the interview and everything like that. I felt very at peace and I felt at home, being around. I said it, so I appreciate you, family. And anybody that want to reach me, you can reach me at linktolinkent.com, or you can go to Gigi's Nail and Beauty Lounge.com, and you can get all the information right there, and we can just link up and do what we got to do, because we really out here moving in Godspeed. I do everything putting the Lord first, foremost, so I know we good with everything that we doing moving forward. Thank you. I appreciate everybody. I'm sorry that, my time was cut short because I'm driving. I'm on the road, still taking care of my business, dropping off employees and everything like that. But I'm working, and I have to do what it takes by any means necessary, but do it in a positive light, just to show people that it can be done. It's more than music with me. I do have a family and I love all my kids and everything like that. I love my family, sisters, brothers, mom, dad, my great friends that been around me like Josh B, Gigi, Mad Dad. I said it, talk, we have our conversations, everything is up and down like a roller coaster, but at the end of the day, we still moving forward, knowing that it's a brighter day and it's a tomorrow out here, so don't take life for granted, because life is short. And I just tell everybody, be yourself, because everything else is taken out there, and help somebody, put a smile on somebody's face every day, and become the best you. That's all I can say, and just go out and check some of my music out there. I'm still putting out more singles and more records and everything like that for the years to come. So, one day we can all get together. I come out there to any of your towns, and, we have a great party, and chop it up. Let's sit on a panel or something like that and really talk to one another to get a meeting of the minds going, because it's very important that in the state that we are in right now, it's very important that we all come together as one, because if we don't do it now, then everything is going to be lost for real. So the time is now for all of us to make moves and do what we got to do. And I challenge everybody, to become the best you every day, you know. But thank you. I don't want to take up too much time. I appreciate y'all, and everybody just be safe out there, safe travels, and link to link, the movement you want to move with.
Yes, sir. Real quick, I appreciate all of that, Mel. And I want to tell you, brother, I love you. I appreciate you. And I want to pray that safety over you and all your family and friends as well. And, with your travels and everything that you've been doing, brother, I'm proud of you. And, man, just keep going hard. And you've also, with Link to Link, have built that platform up to something huge. And it's worldwide now. You know what I'm saying? So congratulations. Salute to you, brother. And, man, just much
Thank you.
respect all
Salute
day
to
long.
y'all.
You know what I'm saying? Holla at your boy all day. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? That way, make sure you all support everyone that's on the platform today, from CC, of course, Mimie, down to Anissa, along with my brother Mel Love. So man, just whatever like that. Make sure y'all support me, of course, too, and subscribe to my page. That's all I ask. Subscribe to I Said It Management on YouTube. You know what I mean, and share this video because so this topic and this message will continue to circulate and get to the right place. So with that being said, I appreciate everybody today, and I want to say thank you to Mimie and just tell her how I feel about her, like I always do. She know how I feel, but I want to tell you I love you. You know what I'm saying? Much respect to you. You are also been doing an incredible, most amazing job, and that's the reason why I invited you of all people in the world to be my co-host, and you humbly accepted. And I'm so grateful for that opportunity to be able to go tag team with you every show, which is now the last Thursday of every month, where we just continue to come with these topics. And you don't even know what the topic be. You know what I'm saying? I'll surprise you, but you always be with it and about it. I'll be like, Mimi, this is the topic today, for this month, and you don't never back down. Be like, no, I don't feel comfortable talking about that. You just always with it, and you just with me when it comes to supporting my brand. I just want to say I'm grateful for you, and I just want to stay supportive and thanks for your support. And just remind you all that Mimi graced the fourth edition of my magazine that I started called I Said It Management Global Networking Magazine. I was grateful to support and celebrate her on my cover, and I'm just grateful that you represented my company, and you also, like you say, you write for us at Mimi Entertainment. Entertainment with Mimi. I'm sorry. But yeah, just make sure you all can support Mimi again and everything she's doing. I want to continue to pray for you and the safety of both you and all your family and friends, especially your daughter, where she's at right now. Just continue for her to be strong. And
Yes.
keep her head up.
Definitely. Thank you so much. God, I said it. You are something else. But love you too. I thank you so much for this platform because it's absolutely incredible. I love sharing. You already know how I do. If I bombard my page with sharing you, then I'm definitely sharing you. You know how we do. But this
Yeah.
has been really, really great. I'm actually, honored, to be on this platform with you and sharing this airing space and sharing all the motivation and all the love and all the business alliances. Like, this is absolutely phenomenal. Like, we really do need to do an annual, where everybody gets together from every single segment, and we do something big because the
Yeah.
relationships are amazing. They are bar none. The standard is just is it's up here, and
Yeah.
there's no reason why it should just be three here, four here, two there, one there. Like, no, we need to bring everybody together and make something happen because we have people from all different ends of the United States coming together on your platform. And we've got to do something definitely much, much bigger. And I know that we got it to make it happen. So we have to do it by getting together. So Mel, thank you so much for pitching that out there because now I'm going to be sticking needles and I said it about doing this and making it happen for all of us. So I
You
definitely
welcome, family.
yes, I look forward to being in each and every one of you faces so we can, put some things together and make it happen because we really
And I
do need
got
to
some
go to
places
back.
in Connecticut that we can definitely make it happen, or in Brooklyn or Harlem. We can definitely make that happen.
Okay, beautiful. Well, thank you so much, and we look forward to getting that information so we can make some things happen. But Anissa, thank you so much for your story. Cece, thank you so much for being on here, and you guys are amazing. One love and God bless.
One love.
Lessons.
Thank you again so much for everyone for just being here today again. And much respect to all of you all. I love you. Be safe and enjoy the rest of your day. We went over the time a little bit, but I appreciate all of you all sticking in there and just hanging out with us, being myself and Mimi today to just be able to represent this very powerful topic, which was again mass shootings, which we cannot talk about enough. And again, rest in peace and my condolences to all the families that's ever lost anyone to any type of gun violence, any type of use of weaponry, or any type of just nonsense because of the due to somebody else's decision and free will to be able to pull a trigger or to hurt somebody, unfortunately. And so I just want to say, rest in peace and make sure you all catch our next episode, of course, here at Only the Square Table. We're going to get back to your square only at the Square Table with me and Mimi the last Thursday of every month. Whatever day that falls on, we here. You know what I'm talking about? So man, blessings, much love, and hey, be at peace, show love to each other, you know what I'm saying? Hug somebody today, kiss somebody today, call your mama, check on your daddy, check on your sister, check on cousin down south, up north, wherever they is, you know what I'm saying? If they lock down, send them a letter, send them a kite, you know what I'm saying? Everybody needs love, you know what I mean? It's people that, you know what I mean, just not getting the proper attention, you know, it's people that's homeless and just in an unfortunate position, you know what I'm saying? Go past somebody, drop a dollar, drop a little change, you know, whatever it is you can afford, go fund me, you know what I'm saying? Support somebody on GoFundMe. You know what I mean? There's a lot of people who need help in different situations, and you know, some of us are more fortunate financially than others, and you know, it's our responsibility to continue to help each other. But you know, man, just like that, you know, that's just how I feel. But yeah, it's just one love. I catch y'all next time. You already know my name, Celebrity Interview. I said it, and again, catch me next time soon with my next celebrity interview, and that will be Tuesday night. So I'll see y'all then. Peace and blessings. One love.
Brother.
M.I.A. Entertainment. I said the management.
One love.
Good night.
Good
Good
night.
night.
Peace.
Link
Peace.
the link.
Peace. Thank you.
If anybody asks, I said it.